Yeah, the word seed. The name is a universal one. Whenever you say use the word seed, everybody recognizes it. It is that nuclear particle from which all other things that are related to it materializes. In the general term, or would I say the agricultural term, is a farm product that you plant, it germinates and it grows up, and then you harvest what it produces. In Christian terms, the word seed is the word of God is regarded as a seed that is sown in a human being that germinates, grows up, and produces fruit. There is another type of seed, the one that you put in your mouth. You know what I mean? Some people easily understand what I'm talking about. Or many people will understand what I'm talking about. The seed that you put in your mouth, and you speak with it, hoping that it will produce the results of what you spoke about. You know, in Christian theology, we say you speak with faith and it comes to pass. But this seed now that I'm talking about has replaced the work of faith in many people. I came across this seed some time ago. Was it in 2016 in Wiesloch, Baden-Württemberg, Germany? I was in the psychiatry then. I was arrested because I broke windows to a police station in Ladenburg over an incident that happens to do with privacy. You know, my privacy was abused, and in my effort to get redress, I also abused the privacy of another person. Now, that other person went to the police and was taken into consideration, but my own complaints was not taken into consideration. So because of that, I had to act violently. Let's use the word. I acted violently, broke police windows, and was arrested and was taken to the psychiatry. I've been there before because I was complaining that I was being monitored, you know. And they said that it's a mental illusion. Yeah, it's a delusion. That's what the word. So, well, when I was arrested, I was taken to this psychiatry, station 11 in Psychiatrisches Zentrum Wiesloch, and the forensic department. It took me there. I was there for like 7 months. While I was there, I met a lot of people. There, I met a man whose name was Papst. He's a psychiatric patient, and you know, in Germany, Papst is the word for Pope. So when you listen to all this cacophony that is going about, you will think that the Pope was in the psychiatry. Invariably, yes, with this the bullshit that is going on, the Pope is actually in the psychiatry. So there was this other guy. He's an American, but he was born and brought up in Germany. His name is Troublefeld. There was a Lichtenwald, Light the World, yes, you know. His name is Troublefeld. And Troublefeld is a black guy, huge, kind of like. I used to communicate with this guy. There was one other guy, it's David Joshua or Joshua David, whatever. It's British, African, British, German, kind of like a mixture of. And then this Troublefeld, whenever I see him speak, there were times when He's sitting out speaking with some people, and you run watching him. I do observe that there's something in his mouth. And then at other times, you see him talking, and you see him talking freely, like there's nothing there anymore. I've been suspecting that something like that do happen before even I was arrested and brought to that psychiatry. So when I noticed this with Troubleford, I started monitoring him. He would sit with some girls in the psychiatry because it's what Eunice or us? No, not Eunice. It's both men and women. They were all in the same block like that. In Station 11. So sometimes he will sit out to speak with a girl or whatever. When he speaks out to speak with a girl, you see him speaking like there's something in his mouth. There was one fat girl that he normally sits out with. I will talk a long time. You find out that there's something in his mouth with which he is speaking. At other times, I look at his mouth, and then there's nothing. He speaks freely, like, oh. So I was observing him one day and approached him. He greeted me, and I said, "Man, looks like you have something in your mouth." And he was taken aback. Huh? Yeah, it looks like there's something in your mouth. And he laughed. No, there is nothing there. I wanted to go out, and he looked at me and he said, "Du bist gefährlich. Du bist sehr, sehr gefährlich." In German, you are very dangerous. You are very, very dangerous. And I thought, oops, Bobrisky has come to the show, you know. Bobrisky has come to the show. I laughed and left them. You know, sometimes I do observe, even now, I still do observe people. Some people, when they approach me and they are speaking, I do think, not everybody, but at some moment with some people, you see them speaking like they have something in their mouth. And I still have that suspicion that seed is still in operation. That seed is still moving around. The seed of faith of the new dispensation. The seed of faith of the new dispensation, of the new era. Where is it going to take them? At which juncture, at which location is that seed going to take them? Audacious diabolism. Audacious, or whatever, diabolism. Crazy.